Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 8/30/2023. Yo, K-Pop, how you be? Hope all is well with you. So, hey, if you like what you see, hit that like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe. You know what I do it now. Check out the whole vid until you do. But until that moment, hey, let's check this out. Let's talk about this week's New Comic Book Day most anticipated reads for me. And I hope they may be for you. Started off with Dynamite, where, hey, K-M.A.R.T has been able to explode onto the scene with being able to do interior art, along with being able to tell story, predominantly with the art, but actually tell story. Now, this is cool because I didn't really anticipate it going the way of kind of a classical monster theme, but rendered so beautifully. Hey, I'm looking for more, and that's why it's on this week's most anticipated read for me. Again, that's K-M.A.R.T Siren's Gate, issue number 4. Now, moving out from the Dynamite side, we're going to cruise over to Image Comics, and we're going to talk about World Tree issue number 5. Now, I actually just kind of binged this whole thing, 1 through 4, because I was 2 months behind in my reading. And I was really anticipating all these books, again, 1 through 4 of the World Tree. And now issue number 5 is coming out, and I got to binge read all those 4. You have no idea how much I'm chopping on the bit. So again, that's for New Comic Book Day, 8/30/2023. Staying over here on the Image Way, we're going to talk about Local Man issue number 1. Now, this has been already a series that they're doing a one-shot in between. Now, it's only been deep, 3 issues or something like that, and it's really cool. Original, different, and the whole thing is paying homage to a lot of the original characters that kind of pioneered the way for Image Comics. It's kind of interesting to me how I'm going to talk to hopefully Fleeks tomorrow. That as we're telling a new modern tale, we're still paying homage to an old tale. We keep tying in these old stories and making them more relevant, in my opinion, today than they even were back then. Even though how relevant they were, pioneering the way for Image, we're just circling back around at a revolutionary scale. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. Moving out from there, we're going to talk about over at the IDWA and Dark Horse kind of combo, which is TMNT and Stranger Things, issue number 2. As I made mention, I just got through reading issue number 1 last week, and it kind of gives you a really deeper view of what Stranger Things world is all about. And now that they're involving the turtles, how it kind of tweaks their world. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I agree, dude. But hey, I appreciate you being here. It's going to be quick, I swear. So again, TMNT and Stranger Things issue number 2 is pretty high on my most anticipated reads. It's a pretty bitchin' combo. Moving out from IDW, Dark Horse combo, we're going to head over to the Marvel and end it there. Starting off with Ms. Marvel, issue number 1, The New Mutant. Kind of knew this was coming, right? And the cool thing is the writer of this story is someone that's already pre-existing writing a story that I already like. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. However, Ms. Marvel's role, in my opinion, was always a little unique when it came to the whole Marvels. Didn't quite fit. Now we get this whole New Mutant. To me, that makes sense. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. So that's pretty much why it is on one of my most anticipated reads. Moving out from Ms. Marvel, we're going to talk over at the Death of Venomverse, issue number 3. Carnage has been kicking butt and taking no names. Doesn't give a shit. Actually, he's just absorbing everyone's power and utilizing it to obtain the ultimate goal. We're getting how he's been hop, skipping, and jumping, not only around in the multiverse, but in multiple dimensions of the multiverse. Something like that. Anyways, holy shnikes. Death of Venomverse issue number 3 is pretty up there for me. Moving out from there, we're going to talk about Danny Kesh, Ghost Rider issue number 4. As I made mention in the past, I am a Ghost Rider fan, but now that I got Danny Kesh and I got the ongoing series, I am actually kind of a Ghost Rider slut. Fire me. So I'm really anticipating this read, especially on issue number 4. Danny Ketch, I think it's only an H5 issue mini. It's okay by me. Seriously. Moving on from there, we're going to talk about, I made mention I was going to talk about this again. Cult of Carnage, Misery, issue number 4. This is written by Pirzada, who is also writing Ms. Marvel, The New Mutant, issue number 1. I'm also going to talk to not only Flix, but hopefully Pirzada tomorrow. And I'm looking to get in depth on all this stuff. My brain's swimming with it. Not only that, I just got off work. That's why, it's pretty late. So it's really interesting to me how Liz is developing her own story and how it's been influenced on stories so far back in the past. But how it does make sense and relevant to the present. So it's pretty, man, this one was a hard one because it was, again, there was 3 books that were so high on my anticipated read. This was one of them. So again, Cult of Carnage, Misery, issue number 4 of 5. Coming out tomorrow, 8/30, 2023. We're going to go cruise over to, damn, I was grappling with this, but it was Incredible Hulk issue number 3 is coming out tomorrow. And seriously, it was almost my most anticipated read. This is the story I think we all fell in love with, which is the horror version, Al Ewing, telling Hulk stories. And now that we got, I guess, what we all want, this is kind of like a warm bed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's pretty high on my most anticipated reads. Something to snuggle in with. However, we all know what we're here for. The blue light special of the night is Blade, issue number 2. Now, ever since Blade's daughter came about, put her own self on the scene, in my opinion, made Blade vulnerable in a way that he never was before. We saw a side of him that we never did before. He's now protecting in a way he has never have before. In that miniseries, we saw him care and lead up to what we knew was going to happen, which was a series of Blade. 1 issue. All it took was 1 issue for Blade to come out and just kick ass and go, we want more. Now, definitely speaking for me, excuse me, right after issue number 1, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. Are you kidding me? This kind of emphasizes and epitomizes exactly what I believe many look forward to in a good comic. Now, again, this is relatively a new comic, and I'm not going to, get all too crazy. At the same point, I think this is the first time that it's been a blue light special twice. So Blade, who I never was really reading any Blade before this series and before his daughter came onto the scene, is leaving a hardcore impression. Slicing pretty deep. Blade, you did it. Issue number 2 coming out tomorrow, 8/30, 2023. And that's it for me. That's your beat. You stay well.